Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. So once we get connected with our other students, we're ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to be very clear about our intention, and at the same time, out of this practice, what we can gain and how we can gain the wisdom to become very clear with that path or the pattern will help you to bring more effort towards the practice. Otherwise, it always become a kind of like a doubt. It's always kind of like create a very cloudy mind, dusty mind. So that's why always you have to remember it is just not only about meditation. Anything in your life, if you invest yourself, always have very clear understanding. You should know why you do this. And in that way, the whatever you do, make it comfortable for you. And then you can gain the result, and whatever the result, good or bad, it's going to be okay for you. But most of time, when we don't have the clarity inside us and when we start to do something, and then by the time we spend the time and whatever the result we gain, we have no understanding about anything. And we are not satisfied about anything. So always remember your destination or outcome or the result or the feedback never going to bring you the satisfaction. It will never going to happen. But the thing is, when you become very clear with the purpose, with that clarity, whatever you do, so by the time, whatever the outcome happens, it will help you to develop your life. If it is become negative one, it give the experience and then you know about it. If it is become a positive feedback, then you become more better. So either way, you're going to win. So then always remember, anything in your life, it is your own responsibility to find the clear answer to yourself why you are doing it. So when it comes to meditation, one of the important things, the meditation allows you to accept things. It's kind of like a mind open to radical perception. Another one is the meditation itself means there are many other means. So today we are taking another path. So the meditation means, so as you know, when it comes to meditation, one of the important things, sitting down. Another one is closing eyes. Another one is silence. And then sometimes you say, it's kind of like crossing legs and different kind of hand postures. So when it comes to meditation, those are kind of like symbols. So out of this all, what you does when you sit for meditation, when you think about meditation. So meditation means another way, radical invitation to informations. It's a kind of like a radical invitation. Why it is a radical invitation? Because in day-to-day life, whatever the informations come to us as perception, we just take it as ordinary people. What we see, hear, smell, taste, feel, oh, I saw this, oh, I heard this. But when it comes to reality, sometimes what we, on the surface level, what we hear, what we see, what we smell, what we taste, what we feel, or maybe what we think is not exactly the real. Maybe something else there. So radical invitations mean here, you are not ready to accept it as it come to you. So then what you do? You become more aware, you become more mindful regarding your condition of the mind. Not about that the outside things. Because according to the condition of your own mind, whatever the perception come to you can change. When your mind in happy mood, whatever the perception is different. When you are in the sad mood, whatever the perception different. So here radical that the invitation means you are ready to invite for all the information, but you are not ready to accept it as it is, whatever come to you. So that is where that your awareness becomes sharper and clear, and you are more and more focused to be with your own mind. Another thing is when it comes to the community of Sangha. So the Sangha means the people who ever gather together and practice. So another meaning when it comes to Sangha. Sangha means without any division, anybody can harness with each other. Remember that. Sometimes we say, oh, we have Sangha, we have Sangha. But sometimes if another person, another person come to us, if we are not ready to accept that person, then it is not a Sangha. So one of the quality of the Sangha is accepting whoever come to. So as example, when it comes to the Buddha's community of Sangha, see, there is no caste system, there is no gender barriers, there is no any other social barriers, that each and everybody come together. Why it is important? Because when it comes to today's society, if you look very carefully, so overall our life divided to different path and different categories. So as example, for physical body, you have to go to gym. And at the same time, for health care, you have to visit the doctors. And even for that doctors, and sometimes for the teeth, you have to go to the dentist. And for your hair and for your face, and you go to the, what is that? Makeup place, saloon. I don't go there, because of that, I don't know, So, and for nails, you go to nail place. Just imagine, for a day, just to maintain your body, how you go to many places. And even though you don't aware, each and every place has its own kind of culture. Like when you go to gym, there is a different society there. When you go to saloon, there is a different society there. And when you go to market, it is a different society there. And when you go to the dentist, it is a different society there. So you all categorize your life, you divided it into many cultures, traditions, believing and following systems. But when it comes to community of Sangha, you get out of that all. Just imagine, sometimes it is very difficult to digest how it is possible like that. Because we used to be like that way. That is what our social life means. But now when it comes to community of Sangha, you come all together. And whoever come, you accept that person to practice with you. So that openness deeply change your mind. So then go back to the very beginning, the meditation, radical invitation. So in this community of Sangha also, you have that radical invitation. Just, it's kind of like we say, all are welcome. So when it comes to that, you can't divide the person. All are welcome. So then in your heart, when you practice when you sit for meditation, you have to have that ability. Practice this. Remember, at home, when you practice like this, you're going to be okay. But just imagine in case if you go to kind of like a group class, in-person class somewhere, maybe next to you, somebody sit, you feel not comfortable and maybe make noise. And sometimes I heard, people say, oh, it's kind of like a bad energy, I don't like that energy, I don't like that chemistry. I don't feel good. Remember, wherever you go for meditation, in a retreat place, group class, anywhere, don't categorize your mind like that, because the community of Sangha means whoever next to you, you accept that person. You don't kind of like go with, oh, only kind of like you feel good. No, you don't follow that path. About the conventional life or other things, it is okay. You go to party, dance, you go to club, or, Friday night for dinner, anywhere you go, if you feel kind of like, it's okay. You go with that. But when it comes to meditation, remember, try to be very clear in your mind, at least with that, practice little by little. So that is what called another way, the Sangha. You into Sangha means you can't divide anybody for any reason. And then when you sit for meditation, so that is physical. And then you go to the next level. From that point, you go to the next level. The meditation itself means radical invitation. So for what? Within yourself. We used to follow our own intuition. We used to follow our own this insight. The Lilliput keep talking to us, our inner voice. Some say inner child. It's not a child, it's a very old, voice. And sometimes we keep listening to that. We always follow that. So when it comes to meditation, you don't follow that. You become more clear, sharp, and again and again, you become brush up within your mind to get out of the greed, hatred, and the delusion. You don't give any chance to inside you. If there is a greed, hatred, or the delusion, you don't give second chance. Another thing is, for the loving kindness, generosity, compassion, wisdom, always, you don't delay to cultivate that. So, and at the same time, when it comes to liberation, there are 4 things that you need as 4 pillars in this spiritual journey. Remember that. This is not a kind of like something that invisible, or it is not a kind of like something supernatural power going to guide you when it comes to Buddha's teaching. Other things we don't know. So one of the important thing is having a good circle of people around you. That's the one of the major important pillar, that you develop your spiritual path. That doesn't mean you reject all other people. No, you be with them. But at the same time, you have to have some kind of people around you related to your spiritual practice. Just as how many people we know around, in our life, but when we need something, we don't ask from everybody. We ask from someone whoever comfortable for us. So like that in your spiritual pattern, always you have to have a community of Sangha. So sometimes when it comes to meditation, what happens? Or most of the time, whatever the spiritual practice we start to develop, we start to go out of the community of Sangha. We don't try to be with people sometimes. We reject people. So don't do that. It's very important. That is one of the major pillars. We nourish from people and we do things with people, and you need people. But today, more than the people, we are so comfortable with the machines, technology and things. And you may saw that today that Apple came with that new gadget. It's going to make zombies. Yeah. I had the one that I tried it few days. And after that, I felt kind of like, this natural things is not a kind of like natural. Why? Because this all the eyes and the sound and everything tuned to different level. Then it is very difficult to absorb this natural world. So no one can stop this. This all going to happen everywhere. And other thing is, this not the end. It keep happening, keep happening, keep happening. And it is not happened overnight. And as all of you know, from the beginning, and the people used to do the stage drama. And then from there, the television came. And that time also people had a big argument about television. It's like, it seemed like this chat GPT. People thought, oh, this is end. And then after that, computer came. And that also, people had a big argument. And they thought everything going to end. And then by the time internet, little by little, spread around the world, and many softwares came, and now we experience this. So this also going to go to another level. But always remember, this anything not going to take you to liberation or the nibbana or the transformation. These all kind of like tools will help you. Always you have to take very conscious decisions, and you always have to engage with people to gain the real happiness and the satisfaction. Because if you look very carefully, it's real unhappiness and sadness, worry, disappointment, fear always come out of the people. So same thing with the happiness and the wisdom. It always comes when you engage with people. So that is one pillar, having good people around you. And at the same time, developing the ability to deal with any person. Because we can't have only good people. According to that, whatever we think good is not going to be good for other people. So don't look for only good people. It's kind of like only nice people. It's kind of like that. No. You have to have the adaptivity. You have to have the flexibility to be with the people. Only thing is, if you know that that's a human being, that's good. And because don't be comfortable with the robot. Or don't be comfortable with the machines better than human. No, if it is a human, that's good. Learn to accept it. Maybe that person giving you hard time, very bad person, very mean person. But it's still, if it is a human being, oh, try to be with them. There is a reason, because that's humanity is a miracle. If there is no humans, this anything not going to happen. So that's why one of the important, always remember yourself and open, then give a radical invitation to all the people around you. Try it. That's a part of meditation. And the other part is another pillar, another path that you have to develop. And developing the right attitude and self-discipline yourself, because you are the only one can discipline yourself. You are the only one can have ability to change your life. You are the only one can change your thoughts. No one else can change it. You have that power in you. So then look at your own life, that whatever you have done, it's okay, it's already gone. But get the lesson. If you had the hard time, difficult time, painful time, failure, don't repeat it. Tomorrow, have a very brand new thought yourself and start a new journey. You can rebuild your life and you can become completely new person. That's a part of the spiritual development. So if you don't take that conscious decisions to change yourself, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen itself, or no one going to initiate you, or no one going to take you from this side to and keep you from the other side. No, there's nothing going to happen that way. Always it is your own responsibility to look into yourself and say, this is enough for me. I am done this. And then you change. There's no one else going to take that decision for you. So always then merge with the Dharma. Why? Your husband, wife, partners, friends, family members, brothers, sisters, this everyone one day will go away. And maybe sometimes there are situations come, no one can help you. But if you are having a kind of like a relationship or the friendship with the Dhamma, remember, you're going to be okay. When you have the relationship with the Dhamma, what happens? Remember this, that as you know, the social medias, the following, we follow people. And if you practice the Dhamma, what happens? All the Buddhas start to follow you, going to come behind you. And even though you reject, don't come, no, they will come behind you and help you. That's the beauty of the Dharma. See, sometimes the Buddha, 3 months, ahead and keep planning and go close by a person. 3 months, not only just one day, not by mistake. Sometimes by mistake we meet people. By mistake we find good people. No, Buddha is not like that. Even we don't know, we have ability to attain to the liberation or the Nibbana. The Buddha knows that. And he keep coming towards you. So that is the power of the Dharma. So that's why if you relate it to the Dhamma, if you hold it to the Dharma, you're always going to be safe. And you always going to end in a good hand. So that's why it is important. If the bad people, hard people, if you see, the people around us sometimes and giving hard time, and don't blame to them. That is their nature. Don't try to change them. You can't change them. Only thing that you can do, merge with the Dhamma. Then by the time you will see. And the third pillar, always you have to learn the Dhamma from outside. So that is what the sutras, that's what the Buddha is teaching. Because just by dealing with our own inside, that whatever our own mind is not going to help for us to end this journey. Because of our own mind, we are on this journey. If we had the ability, if we had enough wisdom to attain to liberation, we are not here. So you and me all are here like this because we didn't have that capability in the past. So then, remember, you have to gain some new wisdom to you. Otherwise, you will keep repeating the same thing. Maybe it comes from a different model, but the same thing. So that new wisdom, that new path, that new light always come out of the Buddha's teaching. So that's why the sutra, learning sutras and listening Dhamma is important. It gives some kind of new wisdom to you. And when it comes to radical invitation, another thing is, when that new things, when you hear that, you are ready to accept it. Because you are not depending from only that what you know. Only that what you know is create who you are. So you're going to be same like this. If you keep repeating this, million years, you will become eons by eons, you're going to be the same like this. Maybe according to the environment, according to the food, according to the time, according to the parents, sometimes your appearance going to become different, but you're going to be the same. So if you want to change, always learn something new from outside. You can do that. This is the time to do it as human beings. And the fourth one, so the first one, having good people around you. Second one, developing good self-discipline and profitable skills yourself. Second one, the third one is listening to Dhamma from outside. The fourth one is having clear mind. It's called yoniso manasikara, direct perception. That means being in the present moment rather than depending from the past information or the future imagination. You become very clear again and again and again regarding the present moment of experience. So in that way, as I mentioned, the repetition of thoughts not going to interfere with the moment of life. So otherwise, this repetition of thoughts always overtake our life, and then again and again, we go through the same circle. So out of practicing meditation, and this radical invitation give the ability to have this clarity in you. Yoniso manasikara. So through this all the tranquility meditation, that is what we develop. And get out of the 5 hindrance and get out of this dark, cloudy, dusty mind, and we develop the clarity. So the yoniso manasikara means another way that whatever the perception appear, that appearance itself become the wisdom to you. That means whatever you see, that seeing itself, so without thinking about your seeing, what you see, the seeing itself become the wisdom. What you hear, the hearing, that sound itself become the wisdom. Why it's different? Because otherwise what happens, when the sound come to you, this ear and the sound come together, then the ear consciousness arises. So once the ear consciousness there, what happens? You start to bring your all the past experience to analyze that sound. And that way what happens, always you repeat your own past experience with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. That is what we call comfortable life. Because you become so comfortable with what you know, what you have. But new moment of experience is not like that. So that is where you become more better. That is where you cultivate inside you. So that's why through this meditation, we bring the ability to see things without interfering to it. So then we take our inhalation, exhalation in front of our nose, our own breathing as primary mental object. So then you observe it. Don't disturb to it. Don't go here and there. Don't put your attention to something else. Again and again, again and again, put your attention to this. In case if the mind go here and there, bring it back and be with it. So then by the time what will happen, as you know yourself, whatever you experience, you become very careful and you become mindful about your own mind. And in that way, if there is any other thought in you, you will see, and then it will go away. Again and again, once you become very clear with the sensation of inhalation, exhalation, it itself will take you deeper, deeper, deeper. So in the surface level, what you see as inhalation, exhalation, the sensation, by the time it's going to become different. Maybe it become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold, so like that. It has a very unique character, change moment by moment, moment by moment. So that's a wisdom you gain, and so by the time you will see this all change moment by moment, that change itself bring the moment of experience. So then you recognize that whatever appear on the surface level, you're not going to hold it as something, because underneath that it appear as a result of change. So then always you experience the change. In that way, on the surface level of perception, or the name and the form that you develop out of moment of experience will disappear. Just imagine, in the moment we take as inhalation or exhalation. So there is a name and form. Inhalation, so that's the name, and the form is what you have, kind of like a mental image. The breathing go in. Exhalation, exhalation is the name. What is the form? You have mental picture, the breathing go out. But there is no such a thing like that. So don't go crazy. There is no such a thing like that. So your name, you can name as this is me, I am like that, but there is no such a person like that. It's the moment of appearance you hold as. But that moment of appearance come as a result of the change underneath your skin. Just imagine your blood circular system, each and every cell, always this, all the body, moment by moment, change. The pressure level and change moment by moment. So even though you appear like this, there's no such a form, the concrete picture about you. There's no such a thing. But this change brings this appearance. So what happens by the time once the mind becomes clear, you are anymore not stuck, or you're not going to become limited to the picture or the name. So when the mind release from the names and the forms, you release from the world. So that is your liberation. That is your enlightenment. So, but the thing is, don't try to think about it, because by thinking you can't get it. Why? Because to think, you again use the names and forms. That's the thing. To think, you always use the names and forms. Only practice point of view, we just explain like this. But don't try to understand it by mind, just using the names and forms. Why? Because where the names and forms disappear, that is where you experience that. If you hold it to the names and forms, you will never experience that. So the meditation deeply will take you to that level. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck, head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. Bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. Your backside. Your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Maya Dhamma Nudhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammam Pujemi Sangham Pujemi Addaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Paribundisami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Panunchatu. Bless you.